Okay, so the best way to increase your focus is just prioritizing your tasks. Okay, so how this works? Okay, let's say you have 10 tasks in a day. So you would just categorize them by that their difficulty level. Okay, if the task is very difficult, you would do at the beginning or the time you feel most relaxed doing that. For example, I used to work out in the evening because that's when I feel energetic because I wake up late as well. Okay, so that's the thing. And what I meant by prioritizing your task and why this is important. Okay, so prioritizing your task, if we prioritize our task, we don't have the burden of many tasks. That's why we are not able to do many things because we don't prioritize our tasks. If we have one task, we do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and leave it at 40%, do another thing for 10%, leave it at 20. So there is all mental burden building up. And then at the end, you don't do nothing and just scroll reels. Okay. So that is the reason why you mostly scroll reels because you don't prioritize your task and you have too much of mental burden to deal with. Now I'm going to talk about how can you efficiently prioritize your tasks. Okay, I'm going to start with the example of exercise. Suppose you work out like for an 40 minutes, you work out 40 minutes is pretty average. So let's say you work out for 1 hour. When you work out for 1 hour, do it fully. Don't do it like splits. You can do splits if you like, but I would prefer you to do 1 hour workout and get that thing done out of your day. Because if you don't get that out of your mind as soon as possible, it will stay in your mind and keep it the mental burden going and going and going, and it will keep adding things to that. Suppose you wanna work out, you wanna maybe outreach, and you wanna maybe record a video, and you wanna talk to a client. Now you have four things to do. Now you have four things to do. And what will happen if you just outreach around half of you outreach half and you exercise a little bit, then you listen to music and then you talk to the client. Okay, you did two things right. And the third thing was I'm forgetting, but you get the point that this doesn't look good. Okay, so you should do your task completely. Never leave them in like 50%, 40%, and 30%. If there is an emergency, I can understand that. But if there's not an emergency, do not leave them. If you don't want to work at that time on that thing, work it. That's how you will build discipline and that's how you will get things done. Okay. I used to do this. I used to multitask. I multitask. Some people believe you can multitask, some people believe you can't. I believe you can multitask. Okay. So, what I do in multitasking, I just play music and do two of my works that is correlated. So, let me give you an example. I can, iPhone pinches, I can work out and I can outreach between sets, or I can outreach and talk to clients in between sets. Okay, do two things that you can correlate with. Don't do things like you are working out on other one side and you are doing a very complicated thing like building a website on the second between your sets because that will really pent up the process. That's it. This is a short video. Don't want to keep it too long, but that's the main point. If you want to listen to it again and again, you should do it because there's a deep thing prioritizing your task because that's matter the most. If you can prioritize your task, there is not a big difference between you and your entrepreneur gurus you see online. Okay, my name is Arnav. Let's see you in the next video.